What's up, guys? This is LEGacybrixstudiOs, bringing you today a sort of a review on the season finale of Star Wars: Clone Wars Season 5. The 4-part episode arc, which was awesome. You should go watch that now if you haven't. I'm going to talk about it at the end of the video, so you won't have any spoiled stuff. You can watch it and then come right back here and watch my personal opinion and review on it. Today, I also want to be talking about a little bit of Episode 7 stuff. Some news has been recently leaked, I guess you could say. Not really leaked, just said in general. And I also want to talk a little bit about my channel as a whole. So, let's start off with stuff about my channel. I haven't been posting a lot of stuff recently, guys. I'm really sorry for that. But I want to get something out to you. This is why I'm putting this up. I haven't been posting a lot of stuff because I've been really busy lately. But most of what I'm busy with is over. So, I still have busy stuff, but I just have more time on my hands than I did before with that. That's great for you guys then. I'll be posting more stuff as soon as I can. I'm not going to make any more promises. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to post Mock Mondays on Monday right now. No, I might wait a week and post something on Friday. I really want to try and get Mondays and Fridays stuff out, but if I can't, it might turn into, like today is Sunday. I might get a Sunday thing out. But I hate when YouTubers do that. They say, oh, I'm going to do this, and then they don't, and then you get really mad. And I don't want to be that guy, and I understand now why they turn into that. So I get it now. But I'm really sorry I haven't been posting stuff, guys. I'm going to try as hard as I can to get stuff out. I'm going to try to make up with it with a good mock coming up. Not going to be tomorrow. I'm going to say that right now. Probably be next week. I hate to say it, but it'll probably be next week. Friday I might post some sort of review on something, maybe just talking about, like, kind of the same thing I'm doing today with this, but not about something else. But yeah. So, moving on to Episode 7 stuff. Recently, news has been said that John Williams doing the score for it, and I'm shocked by that. You know, I really didn't think he would come back and do it. But we got this news a couple weeks ago, probably. Maybe even a month ago. It's been a while. And, you know, I think it's great that he's coming back and doing it. He is getting up there. So that's why I really didn't think he would. But it's great that he's doing it. He had great music for the other Star Wars films. And I think he came up with Episode 3 stuff. I'm pretty darn sure. And if he was the one, if I'm wrong, just forget what I'm saying now. But if he did Episode 3 stuff, if he's continuing how he did it in Episode 3, with, like, the songs such as Battle of the Heroes, that's my, like, overall favorite Star Wars soundtrack piece, I guess you could say. And if he's doing stuff like that for Episode 7, that's brilliant. It's great. Also, Episode 7 stuff, more important, more big news that you guys think is big. If you haven't heard it yet, that is, the original trilogy, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, the actors, Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, they are returning to Episode 7. They haven't said if they're reprising their roles, or if they might just take on other small parts, or I really don't hope they, like, have big parts in it that aren't their character. Like, if Mark Hamill, who was Luke Skywalker, plays, like, the main character in Episode 7, but he's not Luke Skywalker, that would be really, really weird. I really hope they don't do that. And they are getting up there, too. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with them. I really am, because Episode 7, we've always wondered what happens after Episode 6. And I think over time people have just said, oh, there's not going to be a film. And then shocked that there is. And it's just great. I really hope they make Episode 7 what everybody has dreamed of what happens after Episode 6 to be. Whether they use the extended universe stuff, I guess we'll just have to find out and see. But on the other side of that, well, what do I think about them returning? I think it's great they're returning, but you know, it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same as the original films. I really don't think. I'm don't get me wrong. I'm happy they're returning. I just don't think it's gonna be the same. I really don't. Okay, so now comes that time in the video when I want to say, if you haven't seen the episode finale, 4-part episode finale of Star Wars: The Clone Wars Season 5, stop this video right now, go watch it, and come back, unless you really don't care, which, okay, that's kind of weird, but anyways, go watch it. It was a great 4-part arc. Go watch it, come right back here, and hear my opinion on it. Okay, so it starts out with sabotage. Jedi Temple, it was, well, a little section of it was blown up, I guess, and Anakin and Ahsoka come back from their mission on Cato Nemoidia, which that was a cool battle scene with the with their new starfighters, and they come back and investigate who blew it up, and they figure out it was this Letta Termon person. She was behind it, and I think it was a really good start to it, because number one, the tone of that episode, it just seems like things are getting darker. Things are getting more towards episode 3, and that definitely sets the tone for the beginning of these 4 episodes. And you can even hear in Ahsoka's voice, like, how much she's changed. If you watch the movie, and if you watch this episode, wow, there's a huge difference. Huge difference. And, it was really good. It had a good storyline. I was surprised for the lack of action, besides the beginning of it, how good the storyline just made the episode. Normally, you know, I would think when I saw the first, when I knew what was going to happen in it, when I knew the plot line, I'm like, oh, there's probably not going to be that much action in it, so, other than the beginning, because I knew there was going to be action in the beginning, I didn't know about, like, the middle and end. I probably would have said I'm going to watch it, like, 1 time. I ended up watching it, like, 5 times. It was a pretty good episode. They made it really dramatic. The way they do the lighting on that show is just amazing, and it just makes everything better. It makes it cinematic. The way they make these episodes is just great. Okay, the next episode, I forget what these are. It's like, I think it was the Jedi who knew too much. The last one's the wrong Jedi. What's the middle one? I don't know. I don't remember. I forget. Dang it. Anyways, it was a really good episode. But, third episode was to catch a Jedi. So it goes, sabotage, the wrong Jedi. No. Sabotage, to catch a Jedi. The wrong Jedi. No. My brain. Okay. First episode, sabotage. Second episode, now I forget the middle one. Okay, I know I said these episodes, I didn't say them in order. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about this, guys. I can't remember them in order. I know. Okay. Go on StarWars.com and watch the episodes. That's all I'm going to say. The second episode. Okay, I know them now. I'm sorry. This is really weird, I know. Sabotage. The Jedi who knew too much. To catch a Jedi. And the wrong Jedi. There you go. Go watch those episodes if you haven't seen them. The second episode, where Ahsoka is framed for killing Letta Termon, the person behind the attack on the temple. And I think the way they pulled that off, the way they made her being framed was great. You know, with Tarkin, it was just fuel to the fire. He wanted to find something wrong with the Jedi, and this just gave him the opportunity to convict the Order, and to point out how they're wrong. and that really leads up to episode 3. It really does. And you can see in this episode how much the clones don't really trust the Jedi, because they don't trust Ahsoka. You can feel that, except for Rex. Whoa, my voice just cracked. That was weird. Except for Rex, because he believes Ahsoka wouldn't do it. But the other ones, all the other clones in that episode are like, we're gonna kill her right now. He killed our clones. You know, and that just leads up to Order 66. It really does. What else about that episode made it good? I think, like, the way they just portrayed everything. Like I said, it was getting darker. When Ahsoka escapes from the prison, how much the sky gets darker. Like, there's like it starts to rain, and it drizzles and drizzles, and then it starts to storm. I think that was cool, how the weather played into it. And I think the clones chasing after Ahsoka with Anakin, I think that really reflects episode like 4. Not episode 4, but like between 3 and 4. Because that's what Anakin does. He hunts down the Jedi with the stormtroopers. And it's ironic to see that in play. I really think it is. So, at the end of that episode, when they're at the end of the pipe, and Ahsoka, she knows what she has to do. She has to find her, the person who framed her. And Anakin, they have a bit of dialogue right there at the end. That scene is so good. So good. The voice acting in that scene is so good. I don't know why. It's just good. The facial expressions on their, like, character models or whatever, is also really good. Like, just the animation and the voice all together is just great. I don't know why. It just is. It makes it so dramatic, and to that episode, it was the best voice acting I thought in the whole series. But Ahsoka jumps off. She goes down to level 1313 and 1312, 1314, and 1315. 12 to 15. They don't even say it's 1313, which I thought was pretty weird. Also, I don't think that video game is going to come out. I really don't. That's just my opinion. LucasArts, ever since they made The Force Unleashed 2, like, things have been going bad at that place. With Battlefront 3 being canceled, if you haven't heard about that, go check that out. That was pretty sad. Battlefront is my favorite game ever. Okay, back on track. So the third episode, Ahsoka meets up with Ventress, and at first she, like, attacks her and stuff, and, like, a lot of people, when they saw the trailer, they're like, oh, Ventress is gonna kill Ahsoka. She has, like, her in a death crawl or whatever. I knew that wasn't gonna happen. I knew she wasn't gonna die from that. They wouldn't have showed you if that was the case. But, you know, I think her and Ventress teaming up, I mean, to a lot of people, if you watch the movie, and if you watch season 1, you would never expect that. You would never say, oh, they're gonna team up someday. No. But the fact how their stories played out, how everything just went together, you could see that. You could see them being shunned, I guess. Like, Ventress was betrayed. Ahsoka was betrayed by the Council. They don't trust her. The Sith didn't really like Ventress, so they threw her out. And they've both been betrayed. And their stories coming together, I think it was great. I think it was great how their stories were so much alike that they just became friends and had a team up. And, you know, Ventress, her not killing the clones, I think that also really shows that she's getting more, I don't know what the word is, but ever since the end of season 4, she's been, whatever that word is, better, I don't know, better than what she was, like, she knows it. I don't really know how to explain that. But, and the way Ahsoka's dealing with this, the way Ahsoka's, like, teaming up with her, you can see how more mature she is. She's really getting mature, and that just shows with the voice also. But they team up, and Barris tells them, "Oh, go to the warehouse, and you're gonna find the evidence you need." And Ventress leaves Ahsoka, and Ventress is attacked by this mysterious person, and they go to the warehouse, and that person attacks Ahsoka, and Ahsoka thinks that is Ventress because she has a mask on that Ventress was wearing, and also Ventress's lightsabers. So I could tell who the person was. Obviously, it was Barriss Offee if you have seen the episodes. I could tell who it was right then and there. Maybe even beyond that. Maybe even like during when the episode before this. I could kind of tell. By the way Barriss was acting, I could tell a little bit. She was definitely on the list of people I thought it could be. And the person's outfit when they were fighting Ahsoka, you could just tell it was Barriss. You could. You could just do it. But that was a really good lightsaber fight, actually. I liked how the environment played a key role in it. And Ahsoka falls down, and the clones capture her, and she's seen with the nanodroids that blew up the temple, and blah blah blah. And they take her back to the temple. And what happens after that? Oh, that was a good episode. The finale episodes. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Okay, so Ahsoka, she's put under trial against the council. They ban her from the order, throw her out, and she really feels betrayed. And she feels the only person that has not betrayed her is Anakin. The only person who hasn't forgotten about her is Anakin. And, you know, the way they made it, their lines in these episodes, the voice acting again, it just adds to it. And the way that they do it, like Ahsoka, actually Eckstein, the person who plays Ahsoka, she had the script for like 24 hours, and Dave Filoni's like, get in your emotional state for this, and she's like, oh, come on. She knew it was gonna happen. And, you know, she even said that she was like shocked in this episode. Like, it hit her finally that she knew things weren't gonna be the same, and that even recording wise, she wouldn't be with Matt Lanter, who plays Anakin, and James Arnold Taylor, the guy who plays Obi-Wan, and D. Bradley Baker, the guy who plays the clones. And she knew things weren't going to be the same after that. But this episode, it was very dramatic, very good episode. Again, there was a lack of action, except for the lightsaber fight, and that surprised me of how much I liked the episode. It really did. But Anakin goes to 1313, find evidence of Ahsoka's innocence from Ventress, who tells her it's Barriss pretty much, and Anakin goes to Barriss, takes her lightsaber and strikes at her with it, and she pulls out Asajj Ventress's lightsabers. Sorry guys, my tongue is like twisted today. And then they fight, and they go out the window, and they're on top of the temple, and they're fighting. And I actually I knew there was gardens on top of the temple, but we've never seen those gardens before. And I've always wondered, like, how are they up there? Like, why don't we ever see them? And when they showed the tree, I'm like, oh, okay, I see now. There's, like, a tree here and a tree there. They're not, like, actual gardens. I understand it now. Because, like, in movies and visually, we've never seen on top of the temple before. And I thought it was also very good that they added Master Terrace Nube, the guy who has like a beak and a tail, and he's weird looking. He has a lightsaber cane, which I think is pretty sweet. And he's training the younglings we've seen earlier in the season from like episodes such as The Gathering. And I thought that was pretty cool how like they just played into that episode. Ahsoka was with them, and I just think it's funny that they didn't do anything. They didn't try to fight Barriss. I thought that was pretty weird. I mean, if you were standing there, you'd think that you would fight back. Oh well. But these episodes with Anakin, you can really see him going to the dark side. You really can see his like emotional attachment. He's so attached to Ahsoka, and that's what Yoda tried to do by giving him a Padawan, by giving him Ahsoka. He thought that he could like learn to let go of that attachment. And when Ahsoka, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Ahsoka's pretty much convicted, and then Anakin storms in, and he's like, "It's Barriss," and then Barriss admits she did it. And yeah, I wonder what Luminara thinks, because they never showed Luminara in these episodes. I wonder what she thinks right now of her fallen Padawan. Anyways, so the end of that episode, it was so unexpected. But the council invites Ahsoka back in. They say it was just her final test to become a knight, and they want her back in. And Anakin holds out her Padawan braid, and she folds his hand up and says no, she's not coming back. Things aren't going to be the same, because she knows that they don't trust her. So how can she trust herself, she says. And it was a really dramatic part. And when Anakin held it, I'm like, oh crap, this is it. This is what happens. This is why we don't see Ahsoka. It was great. It wrapped the series up for me. It's not the end of the series. It's not the end of Ahsoka. But it concluded it all for me. Watching it from the movie to now, every single episode in order, it's amazing, like, how attached you get to characters and stuff. But, like, it's just great, how well they do the show, and how attached they make you to the characters. So when he held out her Padawan braid, I knew she wasn't going to take it. I could tell. By the way the music shifted, by Ahsoka's tone of her voice in all these episodes, by the way the music is. By the way, they did a full orchestra for these episodes. That's why the music sounds more full. It just wrapped it all up. It really did. Dave Filoni, he even said he's a part of the Ahsoka Lives Club. He always wanted her to live. And I guess she can't live forever. She has to die. They're gonna kill her off in the series. Guaranteed. By my mind, anyways. Pretty interesting how things are going to turn out from here, I bet. And Anakin, she walks up the door, and Anakin runs after her. And the reaction of the other Jedi Council members, I think it was pretty cool how they reacted. Yoda kind of shook his head, frowned a little. Obi-Wan actually almost ran after Anakin. Plo Koon held him back. Plo Koon also had like a sadder face. And what I think is kind of, I don't know what the word is. It's weird. Plo Koon, he shows the perfect Jedi in this. The way he reacts. He frowns, but he doesn't do anything about it. He doesn't go running after her. Because he was the one who brought her to the temple. He was the one who she was attached to at first. And to see him not chase after her, it really shows the difference between him and Anakin. And it just shows how much better of a model of a Jedi he is than Anakin. Anakin does not let go of his attachment. And when I was saying before about Yoda, letting Anakin have a Padawan, and he thought that she would be his key to not being attached by letting go. And Ahsoka walks out, and he's like, he has nothing to hold on to anymore. So it makes him hold on to Padme even more. And, I mean, first he loses his mother, and he was attached to her. Then he loses Ahsoka, he was attached to her. And then in episode 3 he loses Padme, and that just throws him off the edge. And, it's over for him then. And it just shows how much change that Anakin's life has gone through. And when they're talking, like, at the steps of the temple, the lines are so good. And when Anakin's like, he understands that she wants to walk away, and then the music just stops, and then Ahsoka says, "I know." And that the line "I know" has been a really big part of Star Wars. And they did the line. They don't even remember how many times they did the line apparently, but it didn't take them too long because they were already in a stage of emotion. How good they got that line to be, and that just shows how good of voice actors they are. And I also thought it was cool. You'll hear the music right when Ahsoka's walking down and Anakin's chasing after her. You'll hear the music. I forget what it's called. You'll hear that music. It's the same music from the first Clone Wars movie trailer. It plays you know what I mean? Okay, so that song is played, and it's like, you know something's gonna happen in the Clone Wars when they have that song. And it's just so, it's funny how in the movie they have it, the original trailer, and then they put it in this. Her coming, her leaving. And I just think it's great. And like I said, the voice acting was great when they were having that dialogue between Anakin and Ahsoka. And then she just walks down the stairs of the temple, and the screen goes black. And even Dave Filoni said that forever he has wanted to get that happen. He didn't want the da-da-da-da-da-da, because that always wakes you up from your stage of emotion, he says. And he always wanted to get rid of that. And he knew that this episode was going to be it. So he played it for George Lucas when he was watching the episode without it, full in color and full in what we've seen. And he's like, that's the one. And it's just so great. They play the sad music in the end, and it's so dramatic. It really is a great episode. But yeah, I kind of have that set up between Anakin and Ahsoka, her walking away. These are the clones in R2, and then Asajj, Ventress, and Bear Softy, and then the Council. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this like review, I guess you could call it, of the finale, and a little bit more talk about episode 7 and my channel, personal stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later, guys. Bye bye.